Yeah, shut. Judge Joe Brown, you don't think he rolled blunts?
I didn't say
He
right
definitely
there,
do.
son. I watch you on. Pardon me. I've seen on numerous occasions people do this
as long as
with that stance and that posture, looking at like that.
Long as it's legal, I'll be rolling it because I looked into the law, the federal statute. What's up, everybody? Coming to the room. Come in here. How do I look? How do I sound? Polo's back. I heard y'all complaining. Y'all looking. Where's your brother? Don't come around here without your brother.
Yeah, baby.
I was like, all right. I thought I was welcome. I thought I'd come out, but I couldn't.
92 strong. We appreciate y'all. Man.
Shout out to the 92 strong, yo. We really appreciate y'all. We got a show today. Listen, we got news fresh off the presses. How crispy new newspaper, son. Get you a Pepsi, a newspaper, a pack of Salem's 100s.
Have a seat.
And have a seat. Just come on in like your grandmama sent you to the store to run her numbers at the number hole. What? That's just my grandmother. My bad. Yeah. Anyway, look, yo, we got a lot of nice stuff going on. I'm gonna run down to my brother hasn't seen them. I've seen a small portion of some of these to give you guys an idea what's going on. We talking about the culture, what's going on in the world and the internet landscape, the kayfabe, the WWE that I believe that the internet is, and my brother to some degree agrees with me. Sometimes he takes stuff a little too seriously because he's too cool. Yo, you know they said I'm a goofy and that you are really, really, really cool. Well, you think you cool in your mind. That's what somebody said.
Who said that?
And somebody, I'm gonna put them up on the screen. Somebody said that. I was like, nigga, I am goofy and my brother is cool. Nigga, what's your point?
We don't
stop coming here. If you don't want goofy and cool, nigga, we gonna change it to the Goofy Cool Show.
Roll out.
I give a damn what you niggas think. Log off. All right, here we go. These are things we got going on. All right. We got Judge Joe Brown. Judge Joe Brown is on Corey Holcomb's side. Allegedly. I don't know, but they saying that Judge Joe Brown spoke on the whole Anton Daniels Corey Holcomb lawsuit in debacle. He's giving his expertise, his legal expertise, and how he believes the case should go. We also got DJ Academics himself interviewing Frankelberry himself, DJ Vladimir Frankelstein
with the bolts in his neck.
Vladimir Fishstein is being interviewed by DJ. What Boosie called him? DJ Academy. But the other dudes like DJ Academias.
I know, but he was calling man Brad. Come on, Brad.
He's calling Brad. Come on, Brad. And then we got rare footage of Joe Jackson.
I have their boys into polished entertainers.
I'm gonna say that for the end. Y'all don't believe it. You're gonna see him mid-whip. I got a picture. I'll be like, you can see Michael crying.
How old was he?
Whelps on him or whatever. Prime ass whooping age. About 36. About 36. You can whoop an ass good at 36.
Cut it out.
We also got, Mark Lamont Hill.
Yes.
Wild out on Joe Budden. Calling him bitch ass nigga.
On his own show.
Say he's gonna slap him in the mouth. Say he's gonna punch him in the throat. Say he better not say nothing else like that to me. Say don't think because I'm an intellectual, I'm gonna bust that noggin.
He's mitching on you.
Allegedly, that probably never happened. I didn't actually watch that video. The title of that video is
allegedly.
I beat his ass or something like that. I don't know. I'm making this up. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me at all. I just died. Corey Holcomb, Vladimir, Michael Jackson,
Boosie.
Oh yeah. And then DJ Academics also speaks on Boosie Badass, and he thought he was bigger than the program when it came down to getting that motherfucking paper. But the first, I'm not going. Normally, I ask my brother what should be first,
right.
And I don't know. I ain't gonna show you this. Look, you not now. If you don't know already, this broad, what's her name? The Stallion broad name after a male horse.
Megan the Stallion.
Megan the Stallion. You know a stallion got a big dangalang, right?
Cut it out, man. A stallion is a male horse,
and it's also a rapper from Texas.
A female rapper from Texas.
Female rapper from Texas. But hood people aren't known to have the be the most well read. Let's say that. So nobody knows that a stallion is a male horse. But anyway, Megan the Stallion recently broke up with Clay, what's this nigga named Thompson?
Yeah.
And, the 4-time WNBA finalist. And he's been in the league for all these years. And
he's falling off a little bit since he's been a well with her, though.
I mean, he's approaching the end of his career, but he didn't want to walk off the field with the, with the pass around. Yeah, right. He didn't want to walk off the court with the pass around. He ain't wanna. She been with a few NBA players before. And he wanted he like basically the second best shooter of all time. He not trying to. He don't want to be walking around with the WAP. He don't want the WAP. You know what I'm saying? And then the other part of the WAP song, Cardi B, she's having struggles. She done left her husband, done shitted out a new baby, and then left the nigga that she shitted out the baby for. And I heard she's going back.
Son, I told you don't say that.
She ain't shitted out?
No.
She pooped it out. She pooped out a baby. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. She pooped out a baby, and now she back.
Cardi B?
Yeah, I didn't mean poop it out. I'm sorry. It's
apologize, man.
That's not how. I'm just saying it's the same grunt. Anyway, I don't know how it works down there, ladies. Y'all let me know. Anyway, after she pooped out her baby, damn. Now today, what my advice to ladies like Megan Thee Stallion and the Cardi B's of the world is don't try to fuck up, fuck down. You need me. You need Don Trarius. You need Quavante. You need niggas that will appreciate you and your money and all that bullshit you got to get.
All right, little man in them.
Because anybody on equal footing or better than you, or anybody that's doing pretty well, shit, he ain't got even on equal footing. Anybody that's doing pretty damn good is not dealing with that.
No.
Maybe your status will get you a little way, but anybody that's up there in them rooms already and don't need you in any way, I'm telling you, you don't got a lot to offer.
No.
But she thinks she's the only stallion walking around.
Female stallion.
Right. Which she may be, when you put it like that. But she thinks she's the only thing smoking. Anyway, long story short, I stand corrected. You know why?
How so?
Because as DJ Academic said earlier today, you never hear Nicki Minaj talking about how her husband running around on it because that nigga ain't got nothing.
What?
But that's what we thought. Because today, the title of this video, coming from the Lionel B show, is Nicki Minaj sent Kenneth Petty back to a shack.
What's up, peeps? It's your boy Lionel B, and today, man, we're diving straight into some massive breaking news that is absolutely rocking the hip-hop world today. Now, if you thought the drama in the Minaj Petty household was quiet lately, think again. The internet's going into a total frenzy because the word on the street, backed by some heavy receipts, is that it's officially over between Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. Now, we're talking about a split that nobody saw coming this fast, but the details emerging are absolutely wild. Now
he gonna miss her. Klay Thompson is not gonna miss
Meg Thee
Stallion.
But this dude right here
and Tavon Diggs, he don't miss Cardi at all. He like, who? Oh, the one with the baby. Oh, right. My baby. Which one?
Having the other baby.
The other baby. Which one?
The other.
Number 7? Yeah. He not gonna miss her. Offset not gonna miss Cardi B neither.
But this dude right here was ready.
Oh, Zoo. Matter of fact, we should probably shut up because Zoo's back on the ground.
Cut it out, man.
He back out there in the wild.
A multi-million-dollar mansion to a literal shack in Queens. Now, we've got the allegations of
it's not a shack now. Come on, don't call it a shack. A modest home.
Pregnancies, drained bank accounts, and legal documents that don't lie. Now, let's get into this hot Hennessy. So, y'all, where is this all coming from? The investigators over at Vlad TV just dropped a report that has everyone's jaw on the floor. Now, we know Vlad is known for digging deep into paperwork and also allegedly being the feds. And this time, y'all, they went straight to the source that Kenneth Petty can't escape: the National Offender Registry, because of his past.
Because he got to check in. Y'all be talking about check in coming to LA.
Allegedly,
he got to check in with the great police. He got to be like, look, I'm here.
He had charges.
I ain't raped nobody or nothing.
But history, Kenneth is required by law to keep his address updated at all times. Now, for years, that address has been the massive high security mansion he shared with the Queen of Rap. But the latest update, y'all, it shows a complete shift. He is officially registered at a new address, and it is far from the luxury life he's been living for the past few years.
So he not registered in Nikki neighborhood
any longer.
Everybody like, God damn. All them good white people, they like, oh, his dot's gone. Okay, great.
Now let's talk about his new living situation. Now, according to these records, Kenneth is no longer laying his head in a Hidden Hills estate. He's officially back in Queens, New York. But he's not in the penthouse, y'all. The reports are describing the new residence as a 800 square foot shack. Think about that for a second. We went from infinity pools and designer walk-in closets to a space smaller than most people's living rooms.
He got a little studio apartment, you know what I'm saying? He's just getting out of a breakup. He got a big check coming, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Big ass check.
He gonna take her for child
You
support.
think he ain't?
Yeah.
He might get the kids.
Well, he got to prove that she's unfit first.
He wasn't supposed to leave the house. That's how the rules were.
So what was the breakup about? What happened?
We don't know. These are all allegations. We didn't look into this. We just being nosy. We don't know.
Yeah, we react.
Now, this isn't just a move. This is a total crash landing. It signals that whatever protection or lifestyle Nikki was providing has been completely cut off. But y'all, why the sudden move? Well, the rumors behind the scenes are even darker. There are heavy allegations surfacing that the breaking point wasn't just a simple argument. Word is, Nikki's team started noticing some astronomical numbers on her American Express black card. We're hearing that Kenneth...
That's his wife.
Yeah.
Just wanted to grab some things. What's the problem, y'all? Hating ass haters.
has allegedly been running up her credit like there's no tomorrow. We're talking about high-end purchases, luxury items, and cash draws that supposedly weren't authorized by Nikki herself.
She don't care about that. He probably grabbed something for another hoe. That's what made him mad. I mean, what is his husband?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He got access to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they living. That's not crazy. I'm telling you, my suspicion is that he grabbed something for somebody else. Now, that's a violation.
Now, when you're dealing with that type of level of wealth, it takes a lot to notice a dent. But if the rumors are true, he wasn't just dipping into the funds, he was trying to drain the damn lake. Now, as if the financial...
I saw this mugshot. They're not all grapes, though. They're mostly regular crimes.
Oh, what?
Pistol whippings and stuff like that.
We don't, son. Allegedly, I told you.
I think the black and white one is for the grape. I don't know. Allegedly.
Wasn't enough. There is even more explosive claims hitting the blogs right now. There are whispers coming out of New York that the real reason Kenneth is back in Queens is because he allegedly got another chick pregnant.
That would be it. That would be it. Because even if he fucks somebody else, it's like, you bastard. But if you did that.
No, hold. She put up with all his stuff and all his all them mugshots and all that, but you said, which is alleged grapes, and she got to take that scrutiny.
She known him from young, though. That's one of those situations.
Okay, that's
cool.
Cool.
Before she was on, I was an old dude. He went away. When he came home, she was out for that thing with Meek Mills and everything. And it was like, oh, Zoo home? I used to love him. One of them type of situations.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. But regardless, whatever she put up with, I'm telling you, one cheating normally ain't enough to do it.
Yeah, but you put a seed in it. Yeah, you seeded something up.
Yeah, she can't take the embarrassment.
Yeah, like Cardi B.
Right. That's why a woman, like, if you cheat, because you think that was the only time Offset cheated, or the only time that this dude cheated, is how he did it. You know what I'm saying? If he just stepped out, it'd have been like, you bastard, blah, 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 blah. But when the whole world, that's the thing women can't stand, that humility and being embarrassed. That's why they don't talk to men.
Hold on. Most women.
Not yeah. Some women can take it. Yeah. But that's generally why women don't approach men. That rejection, that I might be embarrassed. They ain't going for that. You crazy. A woman to sit there and bat her eyes all day, want a nigga.
She won't. Well, I don't know. Some
of them do, but
it's 2026, man. A lot of these sisters, some of them aggressive. I know. They will push up on you. You be sitting there, man, they push up on you like an exercise. You're like, God damn.
More likely, traditionally, let's say that. Traditionally, they bat their eyes at you. They be around you. They laugh at everything you say. You're like, bitch, I didn't even say nothing funny.
Now, y'all, if this is true, it is the ultimate how could you moment. Now, Nikki has stood by the man through some of the most intense public scrutiny imaginable.
Yeah,
she's defending him against the industry, against the media, and against her own fans. Now, to have him allegedly step out and start a whole new family while living off her dime, y'all, this is the kind of bridge burning move you don't come back from.
They real hearts popping out the top of his head.
No, I'm talking about the nigga face. His face like hers.
It was a filter, son.
Oh man.
And he can't tell her stop doing that.
Oh,
she
right.
Nicki Minaj.
Tell her, look, don't do right.
Like, girl, stop. Normally, nigga, girl, stop playing with me.
Right, until she tell him go sit in the back. He like,
no, I'm sorry. I'll put it on now. Nick, can I put it on? No, it's too late, nigga.
We also have to consider
if he did get another broad pregnant, I wonder how long she was pregnant, and because I know that was some stressful time for him. I know it was very hard on him.
What are you talking about? So how you come to that conclusion?
Because if you got a girl and your girl is Nicki Minaj and she rich and she the bag and she takes care of you and you done knocked another broad up
and she got access to private investigators and all types
and all that other stuff, that was a rough couple months. Wow. Yeah. Every moment he was like, it's gonna happen today. It's gonna happen today.
We're gonna find out.
The legal side of this. Now, Kenneth is still under heavy supervision. Moving addresses isn't just a lifestyle choice for him, it's a legal requirement that carries a lot of weight. Now, if he moved back to New York, it means his entire California life has been completely dismantled. Now, was he kicked out? Did Nikki's legal
because he can't just, hey, I'm over here. No, you move. This is your residence now. This is where
you can't get the aluminum foil Fendi joints no more. None of that.
He didn't want that. Nikki put that on him. They match it.
Serve him papers. Usually when a high-profile couple like this splits, there are NDA agreements and settlements. But if he's living in the 800 square foot spot, it suggests he might not have walked away with the bag he thought he was going to get. Now, a lot of people are alleging that, he may potentially get some type of settlement in a divorce. Because think about it. I'm not really sure if they had any.
He gave her his best years. She gonna take away all his youth and then leave him like that?
It sounds familiar.
Hell no. She gave him the best. He gave her the best he got.
Right.
For all these years. What does he get out the deal?
He needs to be compensated.
For all the time, all the baby raising he did, all the staying home and looking out for her and rubbing her feet after dancing and traveling the world. You know what I mean?
All the BBL she done got, he done rubbed
the juice on the BBL butt hole.
What?
The BBL scars.
No, stop, son.
He got to fuck at the Meek Mills.
Cut it out, man.
Come on, man.
Too far, man.
Type of agreement, for her to protect her assets, or was she just blindly in love? But she could be potentially looking at giving him half of her earnings, which would probably set him up to be pretty damn good. Y'all think about Wendy Williams and her ex and the stuff they went through. This is still a developing story and things are moving very fast. Now, with the pregnancy rumors being confirmed, this goes from a celebrity breakup to one of the biggest scandals of the year. Now, Nicki Minaj, in her own right, is a mogul, a mother, and a legendary rapper. Now, seeing her potentially betrayed like this has the whole community talking. Now, is this the end of the petty Nicki era? Yo, it certainly looks like it. You can't stay at the top when you're moving backwards, and a shack in Queens is a long way away from the throne. Now, you really have to look at the history here. Now, Nikki, she put her reputation on the line for Kenneth. Think back to the Trolls era and all the times she went to war with other artists and the media just to defend his character. She told us he was her soulmate from back in the day, the one who knew her before the fame. For it to end over a drained Amex and a secret pregnancy, that's not just a breakup, that's a complete collapse of the us against the world narrative she's been selling to us for years. It makes you wonder if the fans who were concerned from day one were actually right all along. Let's talk about this whole thing about running up the black card. Now, we aren't talking about a few trips to the grocery store to get flagged by a mogul's legal and accounting team. We're talking about hundreds of thousands, y'all, maybe even millions.
You don't know.
Now, was he trying to build a damn nest egg on the side? Or was he funding this alleged other woman's life using Nikki's hard-earned?
Well, they're going into all speculation now. All we know is allegedly Petty is registered back in New York.
Right. That's it.
That's it. No, but none of this other stuff has been confirmed. We don't even know if that's confirmed, but it seems as though it appears to be that those are the facts. Anyway,
allegedly.
Let me know what y'all think in the comments, everybody. Nikki back on the street. Anybody want that butt? Anyway, next story. Mic check.
1, 2.
All right. We can wait. That might be last. Oh yeah, nigga, you gotta see this, son. All right, so this is Vlad talking about Aries Spears.
Word.
Because you know, Aries Spears was talking mad shit last week about he needs.
Yeah, he was like,
he needs
I want more
paper.
money. Yeah.
And Vlad, you know, Vlad is Frankenstein. He like,
nah, Frankenstein.
He got a flat head top.
Son, what had happened was, Aries Spears heard about the whole incident with Boosie and Tekashi 6ix9ine. And numbers were actually illustrated and they spoke upon prices. So then Aries Spears is like, yo, hold up, you paying him and well, I know what you're paying me. And I'm the last of the Mohicans. Everybody's going, who else left to play?
Lord Jamal left. Godfrey left. Tony Yayo left. Boosie left.
All these dudes are gone. The last one he got in his back pocket is Aries Spears. So Aries Spears is like, look, man, just chip me off a little something. So this
he like the last slave on the plantation. At that point, you and Master get to share. Y'all technically partners. It's like we both slaves. All right, the title of this video coming from DJ Vladimir Frankenstein himself. DJ Vlad responds to Aries Spears.
Vlad, what is going on? Is the building burning? We have Boosie. He looked like, that's some tumultuous situation. Now Aries Spears. Vlad, what's going on with you and the people that you have worked with for years on Vlad TV? Yeah. You're not paying these guys enough, man. What's going on?
Yeah, well, once again, similar to the Boosie situation, with the Aries Spears situation, I was going to keep quiet about this. But Aries decided to drop a video about it, so I'm going to go ahead and tell the whole story.
Why do you think?
What do you mean?
Why do you think it's public?
I don't know, man. People want to make things public. People want to take personal business conversations and make them public. And I've learned over time, it's better to address it head on as opposed to letting someone else run with the narrative. I learned that from you, actually.
Well, I like how the fact that I think you're the only one properly monetizing the response. So, you know what I mean? But go ahead. What's going on with Aries Spears? I've seen the Boosie situation. I want to update on that as well. His interview is out. Mm-hmm. Give me the update on the latest in the Vlad TV financial office.
Okay, so with Aries Spears, we started doing interviews around 2016. And I thought Aries was extremely funny. He was witty. He had great impressions. And I just thought he was a talented dude. So we started doing interviews. And in the beginning, it was a little bit slow. And over time, it started to work out. The views went up. People got to know us. And the audience started to increase. Now, the thing about Aries, though, is that Aries would always have issues with things that are going on. So at one point...
Business-wise or just culturally?
Business-wise.
Okay.
Business-wise. So a few years ago, Aries called me and he was like, yo, man, I can't get any acting gigs because of these clips of me talking about people. Now, it's my fault he can't get acting gigs. It's not because maybe he's not a great actor or maybe he hasn't done a major movie in 30 years since Jerry Maguire. It's my fault that he's not getting acting gigs. So I said, I'm not removing anything. He wanted all the clips removed. I said, I'm not going to remove anything.
What year was this?
Oh, man, maybe about 4 years ago or so, something like that. And, at one point, he stopped talking to me, stopped working. Then at one point he came back and we started doing more work together.
Oh, so this ain't the first time he quit.
He pulled a Lord Jamal.
Yeah, but they kept it on low. At least he kept quiet about it.
Oh, no, not now.
No.
Vlad spilling the tea now.
Well, he done got his weight up.
No. Aries basically popped shots. Boosie, everybody popped shots.
Sure.
So Vlad then turned the camera around. He got academics interviewing him. This is the second one he did like this. He did one last week. He did one with Boosie too. Hey, yo, is that beard and the hair interchangeable?
Yeah, they go both ways. It's the same thing.
God damn it.
It's not flat enough on the bottom now.
My staff would always complain that Aries was disrespectful to them.
Really?
He would show up. At one point, he forgot his towel. Right, you see his towel on his leg sometimes because he sweats a lot because he's kind of overweight, and he forgot his towel, and he's like, "Yo, I need a towel." And Leo, my video manager, is like, "Well, here's some paper towels." Like, no, I need a cloth towel. So he made Leo go and run to the store and bring him back a cloth towel. At one point, Aries was complaining because he needed a makeup artist. I mean, literally the only person
for his black ass eyes.
We need a makeup artist,
right? We're not really full. I took the resolution up. We're not really 4K kind of niggas.
No, we
more 720p, 380, 290, what 112.
Cut it out, man.
At one point, Aries was complaining because he needed a makeup artist. I mean, literally the only person I've ever interviewed that needs a makeup artist every interview.
I mean,
Every interview, but I'm like,
Hold on, he be made up with them black ass eyes?
Blister.
That's after makeup? Did he put extra on the eyes? Hey man, I just want my eyes extra black. That's what he
Nah, maybe without the makeup, it's probably protruding through. It's probably
even
super
blacker.
big.
Even blacker. He got black. He should wash your eyes, man.
So he wash his
He
eyes.
should wash his under eyes.
Not underarms.
No, this nigga got some black ass eyes, yo. I'm telling you.
Underarm.
If you need makeup every time and your eyes is still black, that's deep black eyes, man.
We don't.
Shout out, use Dial or Noxzema. Noxzema, you can wash your eyes.
wait, he needs a makeup artist every interview.
every interview.
Oh,
Every interview. So there's a makeup artist. Shout out to my girl Candace who comes early to do his makeup.
Don't shout Candace. Don't tell nobody you doing his makeup. Nobody don't want to look like Aries Spears.
I want to go back and look at this.
Who is-
like, this guy got makeup on his face?
You want to go look at one?
Let's see.
Let's see what Aries Spears looks like with makeup on.
With-
More money and the contract negotiations and so forth. Do you want
I can see, because his neck is still light skinned. Okay. And his eyes is not as black. Did cover the eye black. So the eye black, okay.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Okay. Shout out to what's his bitch name? What's this lady's name?
Aries Spears.
No, the lady who did his makeup.
Oh,
Candace. And not to be mistaken with Candace Owens. It could be because she do a mean makeup too, if you've seen her shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aries Spears and his makeup. Oh,
Shout out.
I didn't even notice his eyes wasn't black no more. Shout out to non-black eyes
And the mismatched neck.
and the mismatched neck. He got the He got the reverse of the Africans that use cake soap. You know they got a
They
light
say he wear the thong joints between your toes. He wear the flip flops between your toes. So he wear the fitted, the hoodie, and all that, and had the joint between.
That's what he wearing right now.
probably
What did I have to do with this makeup on his face,
That's
man?
type duty is, son.
This is odd. This
Little
is
bit.
odd. But yeah, okay, I see it because the eyes is normally deeply black.
Yes,
Deeply black.
But
Now they even. That makeup kind of shiny though. They need to mat it down. Okay. Dope. All right, good to know. I never peeped that. But it definitely wasn't every time because we seen them black eyes. I ain't making
no
this up.
doubt.
does a show? And I'm like, that's fine. I'll cover the cost. It is what it is. So the show continues. We're doing our thing. And, you know, I like the back and forth that me and him have. And the thing about Aries is that he lives 10 minutes away from my LA studio. And unlike some of the, like my more successful comedians, like a TK Kirkland or a D.L. Hughley, he's not on tour as much. He's available more often. So a lot of times when I shoot, he's available. I'll hit him up a couple of days before. A free Tuesday. Yeah, I'm
He's doing them dirty. He said, Aries ain't doing shit, nigga. He'll come around here. He'll take what I give him.
I call him in the afternoon. He at the house eating cereal.
Huh, Vlad? Is that you? He said he's trying to tell Aries Spears you're sitting around waiting for him to call. Oh.
Come on back.
Oh.
and we do it. So
It's like
he's
the
just on a
convenient
lot.
chick at
It's
4 o'clock
convenient.
always answers.
Yeah,
I get you.
it's convenient for me. It's convenient for him. It all works out. He's 10 minutes away. He shows up. He gets his makeup done. You know, he gets to go out that night wearing makeup. Everyone wins.
Black eyes gone. We got some box tonight, Jack. Scratch them black eyes off. They should do it from Boosie too while you at it. Oh, soy sauce. They don't got that color makeup. That's a thick makeup, nigga. You get that Boosie. He got his own little thing. You got
What, like sexy red?
no black. Like it's you know, in the palette, it's one of those little things that's only for Boosie. Forget it, man.
Nah,
All right, so let me ask 2 questions while I interject here.
Yeah.
Number 1, and this applies to Boosie and Aries Spears, as you talk about these fallouts. We've never heard about these fallouts. We just see you guys on camera. Are you guys friends?
No, it's really more of a business situation.
Okay.
Well,
With
ain't
me
that
and
your
Aries.
friend?
We're friendly with each other, but we never really get on the phone and we talk.
Like,
Like, for
wow.
example, like a Michael Jai White, that's my friend. We talk a lot. Willie D, that's my friend. We talk a lot. TK Kirkland, that's my man. We talk all the time. I go with him, you know, to people like this and we talk about our problems and issues and so forth. And, you know, these are people I respect. But me and Aries are really just business. We show up and that's that. Now,
And he said he don't F with him like that.
Damn. Shots
Damn.
fired. Double shots fired.
over time, his appearance fees were going up, right? Because the views were going up. And maybe about a year and a half ago, his videos, his clips started to go super viral on TikTok.
Cool.
There was these videos that me and him did together that they put these boing sounds behind, and like literally I think hundreds of millions of views start happening on TikTok.
Yeah, it became a great little template right there. I think one of the ones is like where you said some extremely gay stuff.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
The whole gay thing became
He had
viral.
a good reaction. Yeah.
I've always been straight.
But watching gay porn doesn't make you want to do gay shit.
Right. But I've never watched gay porn. I've scrolled past gay thumbnail. That whole thing. And look, I like to put myself out there like that and let them, kind of talk shit and everything because it creates good content.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have an ego when it comes to this thing. And even all the issues he had, I'm like, fuck.
I don't talk like that. We don't talk like that.
What did he say?
He said he liked to put himself out there. So Aries Spears, he tried to jump out there. He don't have
There's nothing he can do about putting himself out there. He's saying he's not tripping when people call him gay. I mean,
watching gay porn don't.
That's not. See, you ain't hear what he said. He said he scrolled past a gay thumbnail.
I ain't what he said, but go ahead.
That's exactly what he said. You want to hear it again?
Yeah, not really, but go ahead.
Gay thing became
He had
viral.
a good reaction. Yeah.
I've always been straight.
But watching gay porn doesn't make you want to do gay shit.
Right.
Listen,
But I've never watched gay porn. I've scrolled past gay thumbnail.
that's what he said. He's never watched gay porn. He scrolled past gay thumbnails. Man, he on a website and some gay shit. He was like, he scrolled past.
So myself and Aries Spears also misinterpreted what he said.
I think it was just a good meme, and he's saying he didn't trip off of. He don't give a fuck what they say.
Right, cool.
You know what I'm saying? That's my point. I mean, whatever, nigga.
That whole thing. And look, I like to put myself out there like that and let them, kind of talk shit and everything because it creates good content.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have an ego when it comes to this thing. And even all the issues he had, I'm like, fuck it, whatever. We can get over that. He needs a makeup artist. I'll get a makeup artist. He has
All the issues. What kind of issues he talking about? The Tiffany Haddish thing?
No, the
The
issues.
Corey Holcomb thing?
No, he said no. The issues that come with him being mean to the staff. They gotta go get a towel. They need a makeup artist. And, they say
Not him getting beat up by Zoe Williams and none of that. He saw those.
No, that's stuff to talk about. That's not how the internet work. That's fine. It's just fucking with the people that work at his people.
establishment.
He's like, I'm tired of this. People tired of running around. I got to hire a makeup artist, but whatever.
forgets his towel. Fine, we'll get him a towel. Whatever, right? So at that point, the views start going up. Now, keep in mind, I don't benefit from this. These are not my TikTok channels. These are other people's accounts.
Still promotion.
It's still promotion,
for sure.
but he's getting promoted more than me because here's the thing, right? And I swear to God on this. I swear that this is the absolute truth.
We don't believe you.
Out of everyone that I've ever had on my show, like in terms of regular guests, I have seen Aries benefit the most.
Damn. I fed you. I fed your family.
Vladimir.
Me, Vladimir. Frankenstein Jackson. Fed your family. Damn, Aaron, you gonna take that?
You gonna bite the hand and feed you?
Woo, when they do this next interview, because you know Vlad agreed to pay him. So you know when they do this next interview, it's gonna be crazy. But if you ask me, all this stuff is just build up. This is hype for the next interview. And I think Boosie coming back.
It's personal.
So what? Vlad's smart enough to know it doesn't matter. If he want to come back, he gonna pay him and he gonna come back because it's gonna do good. I'm gonna watch it. I want to hear what they got to say.
They might fight.
They don't fight. Vlad ain't fighting nobody. Plus, Vlad said he wrestled somebody to death one time, so he always bring it up.
Man.
It's a story he say periodically. A time a nigga broke in his house, he wrestled him to death.
Wrestled him to death.
And he always say he don't want to talk about it. He's like, yeah, I wrestled this one guy to death, but don't bring it up. I'm like, okay, man.
He went in the beginning from doing small comedy clubs to when our stuff started going viral and it started getting, big on TikTok and so forth, things just absolutely took off for him. He got his, and he talked about this on camera, the biggest show he's ever been paid for, Saudi Arabia. Was this the most money you ever made off a single show?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it more than twice?
He been smoothing out them black eyes, son. I didn't notice it. So we talking about old before makeup. That's what it is. We caught him without makeup. Like right here, his eyes ain't black either. Oh, okay.
He asked for a makeup artist.
Right. The black eyes is on because he got tired of people saying that about him.
Nah, Vlad got the high definition camera like we have now.
Right.
Made for a single show.
We're going to stop at the first question.
He did his biggest venue ever. He was doing clubs of maybe like whatever, 100, 200 people. He did a show in Connecticut with 3,000 people. He did a show in LA at the Novo Theater that I went to support. That was like 1,400 people. He's doing the best he's ever done. And I was super, super happy for him.
Okay, and I think this is where there is probably, I noticed it in his clip, he says Vlad has an ego.
He's such a narcissist.
Dude, at the end.
Mm-hmm. And I was also listening to Boosie as Boosie was speaking as well about you. Do you feel like maybe they are also looking at it in the reverse way to say they're pretty thankful for the platform, but you're taking too much credit for their success, right?
But
Boosie has 20 years in music. You have Aries Spears. I'm not too sure about his comedy career, but I'm pretty sure
That's
he's
like 40 years of comedy
exactly.
or something.
So
but since he was like a teenager or something, yeah, like 30-something.
But then again, he might just be saying, hey, listen, when I'm having some success there, maybe some of it is tied to Vlad TV, but maybe you're overestimating it way too much.
Well, listen, I don't care if it's tied to me or not because I don't benefit from that. That's his thing. But Aries would always, I have text messages from him. Yo, bro, he did his first Europe tour recently. He's like, yo, I'm in Europe and people are running up to me, mobbing me, quoting me from our interviews. Yo, Vlad, yo, you're big overseas. Yo, like people are constantly quoting us. Yo, like he's telling me this and I feel truly happy for him. And I'm like, yo, I'm glad that something I've done contributes to his success. And he's getting paid along the way. So I feel like, yo, everyone's winning. So like, I think like a month and a half ago, he asked to raise his appearance fee again. I looked at the numbers and I'm like, cool, let's do it. Let's do it. The numbers are slowly getting better. And I'm like, yo, let's do it. Makes perfect sense. And he was.
Yo, this is the part that a lot of people don't get. Vlad don't give a damn.
Amongst the bottom line, right?
He trying to get to that bag. Aries can call him everything he want under the book. Matter of fact, Sean Cotton and goddamn Charleston White. They was going back. If I'm never coming back here, I'm better than you. I'm better than that platform. This is how it works. This is how it works. You want to get people talking about you. They're creating a story. I don't believe any of it. I think they might have even got together on it. All right, this is what we're going to do.
I think this has some truth to it, though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think Vlad is lying right here. I don't think Aries is lying, to be honest.
No, I think they just feel how they feel.
It's a conflict of interest, right?
But I think ultimately, when it comes down to views, it's good for both parties.
Thanks.
Anyway, we're not going to go through the whole interview because Vlad is already really funny about copyright striking people and stuff. Right. But the title of this video coming from Vlad TV, it's only a few hours old. It's called Vlad TV Response to Aries Spears Demanding More Money for Interviews and Exposes Everything. Right. All right, anyway, next story. Mic check.
1, 2.
All right, let's take a break, son.
All right.
First big score on national television 10 years ago.
Some they black, son.
All 5 of them.
Some leave them alone. Some
like 5 Timberland boots.
Before New Edition, all that. Boys the Men, whoever did.
Like 5 cheese chuckers.
Success.
When this clown Fabio was talking about he all kind of races and all that stuff.
Right. His name is Fabio.
Fabio, whatever this dude's name is.
I don't call him that, son. He's just a confused individual. He thinks he's...
It's crazy how nobody called this little boy anything other than black.
Like you say he was Italian or Vietnamese or Chinese.
Right.
Mixed.
But right now, if you check in, people got all kind of different theories about Michael Jackson's background.
That's a little nigga right there.
But the group has shed its bubblegum soul image. At 21, somehow Michael still manages that little boy voice.
Look at Jermaine. Hey! Who's your favorite Jackson?
The grown-up Jacksons now exert total control of their product, writing, arranging, and producing music that fits any radio playlist, from contemporary to disco. This hit, Shake Your Body Down, is a 2 million record seller. In 10 years, the Jacksons have sold 93 million records, more than any group but the Beatles. Their current tour, 51 cities in 2 months, will gross about $7.5 million.
Shake your body down.
In the backseat of a limousine after the concert, I learned how
Not in the limo with Mike, nigga.
With the fro, baby.
Huh? With the tie broke down.
Yeah, like, yo, good, though. That's when his voice like this. Like, yo, what's good, though?
Right. What
What's
up?
going on, mama?
He about to put this dick on this lady right here.
He's not.
What's her name?
Say that, man. It's Michael
all
Jackson.
began 16 years ago from Marlon Jackson.
Jackson's there. Oh, that's Marlon.
That's Marlon with the bushy eyebrows.
Right, yeah. Shit.
One day, our television in Gary, Indiana, broke down, and we took it to the shop. The guy was
I want to talk to you, Marlon.
fixing it. So we started singing country western around the house with our mom. Cotton Fields Back Home, those country western songs. And then we just kept singing and practicing.
Kate Jackson persuaded her husband, a weekend musician himself, to take over the act. A steel worker, Joe
That's my nigga.
Joe Jackson, foot the ass.
Joe
baby.
Jackson, the creator of Michael Jackson,
Right.
nigga.
Straight out the sack.
You can't even do the shit he did no more. Go ahead, Joe. Beat their ass to the
started
rhythm.
moonlighting as his son's manager. It's his full-time job now.
That's right, whooping
I
ass.
decided to deal with the boys as much as I possibly can as far as rehearsing them.
What if he kept pulling all kind of different belts? He like this one right here. You know, this is my
This is for jacket.
This is cowhide, right? And now this right here. Now this one.
This one with the spikes
And
and
getting them
ribbons.
prepared to be in business.
Did they resist?
All right.
I decided to deal with the boys as much as I possibly can as far as rehearsing them and getting them prepared to be in show business.
Did they resent it?
Yes,
They did.
yes.
My father started rehearsing us every day after school. Other kids would be outside playing and they would tease us, oh, you're doing this, you're not going to get nowhere, you're not going to... But we just rehearsed every day.
At first, it was
Just before what is called vitiligo. What is called when your skin start to change?
Yeah,
Pigment.
before you got the cow disease.
Not a cow disease.
It's not a mad cow disease. It's a regular cow disease.
Son didn't have he didn't have a cow disease yet where his skin started to change, his pigmentation started to change.
He's a
So
leopard.
his whole body started to get white. Doesn't matter if you're white or black.
Right, exactly. Like a mat.
weekends and vacations on stage. Within a few years, though, they were on the road more than at home. School was a traveling tutor. They entertained their way around the world 3 times. They gave a command performance for the Queen of England. The history of their success can be seen in the gold and platinum records on the living room wall. There must have been sacrifices.
Well, raising 9 children, it's always going to be rough when there's only one working. And we sacrificed a lot.
There was a lot of instruments to buy, and they really cost a lot of money, you know, drums.
They cut the part where he said, shh, be quiet, woman. I bought a lot of instruments. That was it.
He ain't had to. As soon as he spoke, she know.
She said,
Nobody play with Joe.
keep your hands to yourself, Joe.
And guitars and
We'll be talking about
amplifiers to go with them, and I had all this stuff piled up on top of the Volkswagen microbus.
Today, the Jacksons travel first class. Fame makes them vulnerable. On the road, theirs is a life of back doors and security guards, quick entries.
like Michael from Good Times just now. He was a Jackson? I never knew that.
No, man.
Exits. Michael's provocative flirtation undoes even the most elaborate security system.
Mike used to flirt with them hoes. He had provocative flirtation.
No, this was when Mike was on his way to stardom. This right here, this
Yeah,
was
he
before
was
they really
big then.
blew. Yeah, this is before Thriller and all that.
This when he was still Chris Brown level. You know how y'all
Yes.
talking about Chris Brown is almost the next Michael?
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
At this age, Mike was that.
With the girl screaming in it. Yeah.
Then Off the Wall drop, crazy.
Crazy.
Then Thriller is nobody.
When if somebody just set it on fire, he just shot.
Yeah, Thriller was-
could keep up with it.
Michael's provocative flirtation undoes even the most elaborate security system. Though he dances away from such encounters, Michael is uncomfortable, he confesses, with the process of getting acquainted. The only total strangers he trusts are the ones out there, beyond the footlights. At your concerts, there are hundreds of people in the audience yelling, "Michael, Michael!" What do you feel like?
When they're all holding hands and
everybody's rocking, and all colors of people are there, all races, and it's the most wonderful thing. And politicians.
That was one no job in, just one.
That's the first one.
First one, because the curl, he just got the curl.
Just got the curl.
See that? See this?
It's kind of dry. It's not really the wet.
Right,
curl.
right. That's the proper curl. If you're gonna have a curl, to me, that's the right one. You don't need that juicy one.
Son.
Which you thought the juicy curl was better?
That you're so blue.
Right. I guess if you're gonna do it, might as well do it.
Can't even do that.
Hey, that's it.
I feel like I want to rock.
Michael cut an album without his brothers in August.
My bad. It's about that beat drop, son.
Like you in the crowd. You throw both hands up, start screaming like
It's called Off the Wall, and it's headed for triple platinum, meaning 3 million sold. This song, Rock With You, is from the album.
That's when his brothers officially became backup dancers. This is just Michael's song, but you niggas can sing on it.
It wasn't
if you feel like it.
Doesn't matter if you hear
You hear it everywhere. It's
Made a nigga wear shorts and roller skate.
2 months after its release, Rock With You is still climbing the charts.
You know that. So we can rock forever. Everybody put their hands
This nigga got the armlets.
That's Tito's, huh?
Tito used to rap armlets.
I think so.
He got the armlets
And play the gongo. He used to play the congos.
He's the least talented brother. He must be the youngest. Joe's tired of beating. That's what it was. He couldn't beat him enough. Damn. I know he's like, I wish I got beat.
I know.
Everybody sing! I wanna rock with you. I
At this point, Michael really is kind of the mainstay of the Jacksons. Has it always been that way?
Damn, that was a wide nose.
That's the original noses, nigga. That's the Gary Indiana nose, nigga.
Them shits are spreading. Them niggas look motherfucking pregnant. Y'all see a pregnant girl? You're like, damn, your nose and got wide. Shit is under their eyes. They can see it.
Shut up, man.
At this point, Michael really is kind of the mainstay of the Jacksons. Has it always been that way?
Yes.
Michael has always been sort of the star.
Yeah, he's been highlighted the most because he's the lead singer and he's up front, you know.
Little kid, we put him up.
Because he danced so much and had so much.
Yeah.
This was high definition
This
right
we
there.
we was used to looking at TV. That's how it looked.
Yeah, that's how it looked. This was good.
Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Everybody sing.
As an adult, Michael's professional energy is almost unparalleled. But off stage, he's changed.
To let you go. But I see you.
Michael is quiet now. When he was younger, he wasn't that quiet. But I don't know. I think the stage might.
I mean, I mean, no disrespect to Castle.
Son, don't say that, son.
No disrespect. No disrespect.
All right, man. Well, don't.
I mean, but nah, babies. Off a nigga like Joe.
He was shooting the club up.
Yeah,
real. I'm not
And
letting
that to him. Because
she was scared to tell him no. She's like, all right, Joe. God damn it. Just take it easy, nigga.
there you go. Everybody's coming out to see Michael Jackson, you know, want to look at him and see what he looks like. And he said he feels like an animal in a cage.
I do all the time. Do you? Well, I shouldn't say all the time, but I get embarrassed easily. And I don't know, sometimes the time I'm most comfortable on stage than any place in the world. Being around, you know, everyday people and stuff, I feel strange. I do.
Shy?
Yeah.
It's hard to look at these sophisticated men and believe that for some of them, dating and driving privileges were withheld until the late teens.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Or to think that Michael still lives with mom and dad. There are some people who believe that having always been on stage, you've never had to deal with the real world.
Yeah, that's true in one way.
Yeah.
That's true in one way.
They don't know no regular
But
shit.
it's hard to in my position. I try to sometimes. And
Sneaking out grocery shopping and shit.
but people won't deal with me in that way because they see me differently. They won't talk to me like they will the next door neighbor. On stage, to me, is the greatest place.
Kind of sad the way they stole his childhood and
I wouldn't say necessarily stole his childhood.
He's like an experiment.
To a degree, yes. Because like you said, that's something he was deprived of as a kid. He didn't have a childhood.
Yeah, it's like those child soldiers.
It was everything he did. It was like, he couldn't go there. Or like you said, when he did interact with folks,
by that time he was super famous. Yeah,
it wasn't normal.
He didn't become famous. He just was.
Right.
And he was the anchor that everybody else was leaning on too. Yeah, it's definitely
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. It's a sad story. Like I said, it's like one of those child soldiers who grew up to be a assassin. You be like, how is he so cold blooded? Nigga, they trained him from a baby. Can't be nothing else.
Well, it's just you just light up on stage. It's magic.
Don't Stop Till You Get Enough is Michael's own composition.
How many Jacksons left?
It's Jermaine
and Janet.
Oh man,
I think Latoya's still alive.
Reeby.
I don't even know who the other Jacksons is, to be honest with you.
Son, it is other. Okay, so
I know they had Jermaine,
Marlon, Tito.
I didn't know Marlon. I know
Jackson.
Tito. I know
That's the
Jackie.
five. And Michael, that's the five.
Oh, okay.
That's the five. So
they got another one that came later, like Roger or something like that.
No, goddamn Roger.
It is. I'm telling you, it was another one.
Ernie.
When Michael left, they tried. It was another younger one.
Oh man, I don't think
he like 26.
Joe messed up. Listen, Catherine, I know you're 55, but we got another star in this
I'm telling you, it's one more. I think Randy or something like that. Something. Yeah, it was one. Quavon, something like that.
Who?
Within 2 weeks of its release last summer, it was in the top 50, and by October, it was #1. It's still on the charts.
Them niggas did not fuck with edge ups. None of them niggas. Ain't the pair of Clippers had never touched Michael Jackson. You never seen Michael Jackson with a line. Never. That's how you know you're famous. You don't got no line. You don't got a line your shit.
Nothing to do like Flacco.
Yeah, Flacco, he's definitely famous. This nigga got edges. Fuck a line.
Just let it grow in.
I'm gonna grow edges. You lay them shits down in waves, the baby hairs and shit. He ain't got no date. How you got a corsage with no date?
Son, leave him alone.
Mike is a bad mug. You ever seen a nigga with a corsage for nothing? You get a corsage, put my shit in there, nigga.
A real flower.
Do you ever want to stop? No, don't stop till you get enough.
And you haven't had enough?
No way. No way. The thing I like most about being on stage.
Crazy. That's crazy.
I think Mike, if I was to guess, I would guess Mike probably when he was younger might have had some sexual experiences early that probably messed him up. Because he Michael Jackson, his grown women was trying to do it to him and stuff. He might have got messed up like 7, 6 or something. Mind messed up. I'm telling you. Because who lived their whole life?
Allegedly.
Mike was never, I don't know about that pedophile stuff. I don't know if I believe that, right? But I will say this. Who's he ever really romantically involved with? Who grows up asexual? Something happened to him, man.
No, what was the name? Brooke Shields. He dealt with Brooke Shields for about.
That nigga, it didn't even look like they was doing it. That was his date to the Oscars or whatever.
Around Diana Ross a lot. He said
maybe she was the one. But I'm telling you, if I was to guess, I'm going on nothing. Right. I think perhaps, and not even a man, I think perhaps a woman did something to him young. I'm telling you, when did he ever have a chick? When was it a hot time when you see Mike out, some girl can't get an arm off of him, and he can have anybody,
any of them broads. But then you had Quincy Jones come into play, and Quincy Jones was he was a freak. Quincy Jones was a freak, son.
Nah, we trying to accuse Quincy and all?
Yeah.
I
saw
these are all speculations.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I saw an interview with Barry White where he was like, "Yeah, that's one of the reasons why he left the music industry because of Quincy Jones." He said, "Man, them people's him, Clive Davis, and all them. They
maybe Diddy level, maybe that type.
Yeah,
who knows in the seances in the
yes, sir. Ask somebody.
All of this is allegations. Pause. We don't know.
It's making people happy.
Yeah, I would think something.
Because I feel I'm here on earth for a reason.
Supposed to have at least a few bras. Like, yeah, Mike.
Oh, yeah, the socks back then. Go ahead, Mike.
That was the prototype socks. They wasn't the full one.
I think that's my job to do that.
That was in slouch.
I've been doing it for so long. And
slouch, body socks.
As long as the people enjoy it, I'll always be happy.
Tell you, man, Mike couldn't have done nothing else. Could you imagine he would have worked at Amazon or something like that? He could only turn out to be Michael Jackson.
He was a barber. He ain't cutting nigga head. Just
spinning around shit. He wasn't built like that. Anyway, the title of that video, Rare Michael Jackson Interview from MJ Boy. All right, somebody's a big Michael Jackson fan. They posted that. All right, next story. Mike check.
1, 2.
All right, so Mark Lamont Hill, he said Joe Budden's a bitch ass nigga. You gonna punch him in the mouth?
Allegedly. Son, don't say that.
These are the allegations. Allegedly.
Mark was doing shady journalism.
It's not shady journalism. Did I think it was going to get views? Of course. That's why we interview certain people. That's why you brought Dr. Umar here, right? Because you thought it'd get views. You didn't bring him because you didn't think it was going to get. You didn't do it to educate the public on the African-centered perspective. You did it because you thought it clicks. And that's the same.
In closing, you're not being sued.
No, I'm not being sued.
Oh, stop being fun no more now.
I am not being sued. You want me to be sued? I'll tell you what, your man gets sued. That's crazy.
No,
it's not funny when your man gets sued. It's not funny when your man gets sued.
Let Brian hit. You got him? Yeah.
Cool, because if I get sued for my comments here, I have to say that I was pushed to do this at the behest of my boss.
Mark Lamont Hill and Joe Budden clash, but it wasn't just Mark versus Joe Budden. Everybody was shooing at each other throughout this whole episode.
Gunfight.
So what was in the water when they went up to that studio? This was constant back and forths, sniping, shooting, and it was very passive aggressive. I don't even know what happened. It was aggressive. I don't even know what happened. So we're going to go through everything, and then we're going to break it down.
Right.
So this episode was great. I felt like it was really enjoyable, largely because of the tension between all of the co-hosts. Now, the first big shot I want to highlight is when Joe and Mark are going back and forth about Dr. Umar and the lawsuit that Mark Lamont has with Brian McKnight, and this exchange where
he got a lawsuit with Brian McKnight.
We covered that. Remember they was beefing. He had said some greasy remarks about Brian McKnight, and Brian McKnight came and openly responded.
Said, "I'm gonna take care of you, Mr. Lamont Hill." First of all, I'm tired of saying your whole last name. From now on, your name is
just
Mark
Lamont.
Hill.
Just Lamont. Yeah.
No, you were just Lamont. All right.
Dr. Umar is brought up by Mark Lamont Hill because Joe was basically trying to take the stance that Mark Lamont Hill was clout chasing for even interviewing Brian McKnight. And Mark Lamont Hill was like, yo, y'all brought up the subject. And then I decided to expand on it in my Patreon by interviewing Brian McKnight's son and his estranged wife.
Yeah, he went back and interviewed his son.
Yes, and the son was blowing it up.
And his son was like calling him all kind of names.
Yeah, and all that.
He was grown. He got put out the house.
Passed away.
I got
and my dad was, he spilled some personal business.
And let's not forget, Joe, how about that time you interviewed Dr. Umar? You didn't interview Dr. Umar for some altruistic purpose of getting Dr. Umar's message out there. You did it for the clicks and views. Now,
right,
Joe would make a face where he was like, what did you say? And he ain't have nothing to say in that moment, but I could tell that he wasn't feeling that just by the look he gave. I mean, you guys got to, if you listen to the audio, go back and watch the video. I mean, I put it in the video here so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And you will see that he was not feeling that at all. Now, as for the Brian McKnight lawsuit, I do think that that is a big deal because I feel like that is going to change how Mark Lamont Hill treats the Joe Budden podcast, because he went in on Brian McKnight. I'm talking about, he called him an a-hole. He said he was a bad person and all of this other jazz. I mean, the clips are up on the channel. It's not like I'm saying anything that isn't real. But one thing that happened here as well is that he says that he's not being sued. And I was like, I saw the paperwork. It looked like you being sued, dog. And it did not look like AI. I mean, this paperwork was referencing specific episodes, and it even lists Mark Lamont Hill as a defendant. Now, he would go on and later admit that he didn't see the paperwork and he finally saw it, and it looks like he might get sued, but he needed to read it. But there was just a lot going on. Now, Mark Lamont Hill was kind of the...
Nigga, you know if you're getting sued or not.
Simple as that.
Did he just get served today?
Yeah, he got served.
Of a lot of the tension on the episode, as well as Joe would shoot at Ish and say that Ish is afraid of Mark Lamont Hill ever since the Flat Earth debate.
Mark always jump in and save Ish ever since that Flat Earth fight they had.
Look at you trying to push a narrative to your flunkies. I know. It's cool. So ever since tricky words, you done swallowed your tongue.
So this is a narrative that ever lasts throughout the whole time of Mark and Ish's time on the show. Remember that Ish was kind of the know-it-all before Mark Lamont Hill arrived. He was always kind of cracking muffins, and that he was down to debate anybody. He would win a lot of the debates. But then when Mark arrived, he had to contend with somebody who might have been well-researched, kind of read upon the things that he was debating, and Ish is not that. So every time they would clash, they would end up exposing the fact that Ish really isn't well-read and is just talking from the seat of his pants. And Joe and Flip decided to put a magnifying glass on that dynamic. How now all of a sudden, if you watch the podcast, Ish does look to Mark to comment on certain subjects. And even when they go back and forth, Ish kind of gives this preamble of like, Mark, I'm not really, you my mans. You my guy. And
so it's just a minute. I'm not smart. Mark's smart. And
I just
like to sound smart. I'm learning.
Play my position.
He learning. He's an apprentice Lamont Hill.
Who Ish?
Yeah, change Ish name to apprentice Ish Lamont Hill.
Lamont. It's not Lamont Hill.
It's not the Ish that we used to see, right? Ish used to really shoot at everybody indiscriminately. He would bark on dudes. His exchanges with Mark Lamont Hill is not the same. Yes, they disagree about certain things, but I think Ish is more cautious about going in on Mark Lamont Hill the way he does Joe or Flip, because he knows he can be made to look stupid, and he does not want to look stupid in front of the audience again, like he did with the Flat Earth debate. But this wasn't the only thing that happened. Mark Lamont Hill, during this whole exchange between Ish, Mark, Flip, and Joe, he starts to take shots at Flip and Joe, right? He calls Flip and Joe one and a possible, and he even does this analogy where he says that,
like
if Joe and Flip were to get at me, I'm not even going to respond to Flip.
Anton Daniels and Brian McKnight are having a conversation, and Brian McKnight says something. It would be like if you and Flip had a conversation, and y'all both said something about me. I'm not talking to the possible.
But whatever possible shit, it's possible that you back down. That's good. That was good.
And he's likening that to the Anton Brian McKnight issue, where he responded directly to Brian McKnight, but did not address Anton. Then Ish also says that, Flip, you saying that I was quiet after the Flat Earth debate, but how about that time you got quiet after the Tricky Words debate? So stop talking like that, you cheerleader. He literally called him a cheerleader.
Mona was saying how he always used tricky words. He said that Mona said to Lamont Hill something about he always used tricky words, and then the word he was using was not very tricky. I think it was something like establishment or something.
And
he said, "Yo, you need your
palms." Flip said that was tricky.
Yeah.
Palms. You need a pleated skirt because you out here riding for Joe indiscriminately. And I do kind of see that, like, Flip does always latch on to Joe. I think he's the most boisterous. And to be quite honest, I feel like, it's hard to win a debate against Mark unless you got Joe on your side on the podcast. So I see what he's doing there. Now, this episode, once again, was filled with contentious shots, and it revealed kind of the fabric of the show. It revealed the show at its best when there's, thoughtful dialogue. There's the Drake internet whole thing, and even Parks got loud and Flip got loud. And I was like, oh, wow, look at Flip checking Parks with the COE.
I don't care what their opinions are. Who are they? Who are they? They move the needles.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all live in La La Land. They move the needles.
I live in the real fucking world.
This is put out in the internet, and this makes a lot of money because of the internet. It moves the needles. Enough with the internet. Enough with the internet. You can't say internet.
I can say fuck the internet opinions all day.
All these people, they're the people that purchasing the product.
So this was a fascinating show, and I wonder what happened. Like, was Joe upset? Because sometimes I can't help but think, like, Mona just be missing episodes of the pod, and she be going out and chilling with the Black Effect Network. She just did a episode of a Black Effect Festival podcast or something live.
Yeah, I heard they had the big festival for them. The assumption was, and Charlamagne gave an invite to Joe Buttons, like, yo, come through. I guess Joe didn't come himself. He was like, fuck that. You already got Mona.
What's up? We gonna get right to it. I am Don't Call Me White Girl from the Don't Call Me White Girl podcast, and this is my man.
And I'm like, yo,
Jamal go down there with
it's
her.
wild.
He been rolling with her. Not Lord Jamal, our Jamal. Little big headed be with Mona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wanted to go down there.
Maybe.
How Joe literally pays people from the podcast, but they be the first to fly out and go do stuff for Charlamagne. Even Ish is going to the Black Effect Festival. So
down there, yo.
This is kind of fascinating to me. I don't think Joe likes it. I think Joe pretends to be cool with everybody riding with Charlamagne, but it seems like everybody would love to leave the show and do stuff with Charlamagne. Crazy stuff.
Wow.
Now, one thing I want to talk about that I mentioned, the iHeart Charlamagne cabal, is that they're saying Sirius is about to buy iHeart, or iHeart is about... Yo, this article...
We're going too far left. They're going deep baseball on this. But yeah, if you want to see more of that, you can go to The Stop, and it's called Mark Lamont Hill. This is Joe Buttons, and take shots at Flip in a heated episode. Anyway, this is our final story of the evening. Y'all ready? Mic check.
1, 2.
All right. Excuse me.
Remember a couple months, 2 months ago, when we did the video talking about Corey Holcomb and Anti Daniels, when the two podcasters, and they almost got into an argument when the one guy said
they were standing up, and one of them was saying he had a beard, and he said, "Here I am," and
he said you sucked the you know what of Democrats, and then the other guy was like, say it again. They was about to come to blows, but they didn't.
You know who they talking about. You don't act like you don't be on podcast, Judge Joe Brown.
Son, what you say Joe Brown doing right there, son?
Oh, he rolling the blunt right now.
You
can't tell by his mannerisms he rolling something up.
You don't know if he rolling something right.
He do. He ready to eat some barbecue. He gonna smoke this. Long as the damn thing is legal, I'm gonna take advantage of it.
No, man.
I ain't breaking no law.
And so after that, it was a lot of back and forth from both sides, creating content on it. It's kind of a big fallout because people were talking about it for over a month. So Corey, after that, created T-shirts, and I think I mentioned this to you, of Anton Daniels' wife and daughter and him, and depicted them as monkeys, right? As ugly chimpanzees and monkeys, like Planet of the Apes. And during one of his shows, when he was talking about his family, he brought up his wife. He put a picture of the wife, put a picture of the daughter up on the screen or whatever. And the daughter is 17. And then he created T-shirts of his family, including Anton, as Planet of the Apes. So apparently, as of recent, and let me share this right here, Anton's wife, not Anton, but Anton's wife is suing Corey Holcomb. And it says here, plaintiff Leslie Daniels, at all times herein mentioned as an individual residing in Detroit, Michigan. Plaintiff is African American, was 17 years old, and a senior in high school, at all times mentioned in this complaint. Sarita Daniels, at all times mentioned in this complaint. Leslie is Anton's daughter. Sarita is Anton's wife. Upon information and belief, defendant Corey Lamont Holcomb, at all times mentioned the individual with residence and place of business in Los Angeles, California. Upon information, belief, at all times, defendant Corey Holcomb produced and appeared on a weekly podcast. I don't think I need to read all that. I'm trying to get to the complaint. Plaintiffs are informed and believe, and wasn't plaintiff informed, believe. There is alleged. Why do they write like this?
Because you want the language to be precise.
Oh, this is so annoying.
It's not annoying if you know how to read it.
I'm reading it, but it's just like,
precise.
yeah, so it says true names and capacities, whether individual, corporate, representative, or otherwise, does 1 through 25 inclusive or unknown a plaintiff who therefore sue them by such fictitious names. Plaintiff will seek leave to amend this complaint to show the true names and capacity of said defendants when they are ascertained. Plaintiffs are informed and believe that thereon alleged that each of the defendant named as DOE, along with the named defendant responsible. Is this the actual? I don't think this is what I'm looking
Yeah, this what it is we are entirely too litigious, and this kind of junk is what's clogging up the courts and providing lawyers who aren't really prepared to operate in a court environment because they're too inexperienced the opportunities to make an enormous sum of money by playing on people's emotions, whereas those people who really need to be able to get into court can't afford it or the courts are too crowded.
Oh, man, sound like Judge Joe Brown ready to throw it out.
Hey, baby.
You a monkey.
This kind of stuff, it's sublimely stupid or it's entertaining, depending upon your point of view. It ranges from President Andrew Jackson trying to literally murder some people and fighting duels where he mortally wounded a person or two for saying his wife was divorced, which she was, but that was supposed to be a grievous insult back then, to something that we used to find in my day and time is our primary form of entertainment when we got bored at school. We'd run the dozens. Hey, man, I don't say nothing but your mama, man. Like, hey, man, your mama look like she out the Planet of the Apes, man. I don't want to say nothing, man. They gave her the part right away. She didn't even have to hardly do no audition because they say she didn't need no makeup or no costume, man. See, we used to do that all the time from elementary.
And I hear you if it were two kids or two adults or a kid towards an adult. But a 60-year-old man cracking jokes like that on a 17-year-old girl, in my opinion, is excessive. And I think it's definitely abusive. Judge O'Brien is a judge, though. Who the hell am I?
Right. The question is it worthy of a lawsuit?
Right. Judge Joe Brown is obviously insinuating that it isn't, but does he know? Did Judge Joe Brown know that the girl was underage? Did she make that clear?
I'm not sure,
because I don't know if he's taking that into consideration when he's saying what he's saying. But
the laws vary in different states. So
yeah. Because from what little he heard, he just basically heard that it was two guys. They had an argument. One teased the other one, and then his wife was called the police. Didn't want to sue. You know what I mean? But I don't think they're factoring in the underage persons and the fact that Corey is a public figure and these people are not. It's not like they got equal platforms to go back and forth, but who do I know?
School, junior high school, I guess they'd call it middle school now. In high school, that was our entertainment. But, these folk, now, man, it's all about my mama, man. Hey, man, calm down, man. So what? You see, and then there's this case, New York Times versus Sullivan, 1962, United States Supreme Court. And it kind of laid it out. And I think people are too full of themselves these days to understand the humor. And it's like, one of the ways of getting somebody off your back in elementary school was if they were talking about you and you got upset, you could guarantee that they wouldn't leave you alone. But if you act like no big thing and talk about their folk back, that just became friendly banter. So I think it's overwhelmed, and I think we've got too much sissification in our society today.
You got too much what?
And that can
Sissification. I agree with a lot of things he's saying, except for the fact that this is a young girl.
Right. And this man's wife.
These are not equals. We're not talking about Anton suing Corey because he made jokes, because he called him a monkey. I'm sure Anton wouldn't even care. It probably would be laughable. Oh, he called me monkey. Okay, whatever. But you're talking about people's families and stuff. I think old Joe Brown is losing it.
apply male or female. We get too sensitive. So they initiated it. They're the men in their life. They put this fool show on. In one sense.
So here's the question, because this is the wife suing Corey for depicting.
I know. Yeah.
Does she have a case?
I don't know. I'd say on the New York Times v. Sullivan.
Hey, you're a judge. What do you mean? I don't know. What am I, judge? Yes,
hurry up. I'm trying to smoke. Hurry up this interview. I'm trying to burn this.
And the other thing is it becomes symbolic. Symbolism and
talking about the kid.
It's one of those cases where the plaintiff wins and gets $1 damages.
Is it worth it?
Well, let's put it this way: it's bullshit, and it ties up the courts. We don't want to fund an adequate court system. And we are anxious to select judges who are too inexperienced to really be holding their positions. And we popularized being lawyers to the extent that we've got way too many for the caseload that's out there. And then the caseload is backed up because the prices that have to be charged to keep the doors open have gotten entirely too high because there's not a sufficient volume going through the typical lawyer's office. And then you have these national ads about something and something, which are not really law firms. They're franchises like Mickey D's, and they won't take a case that needs to go to trial.
Like Science and Kirk. We was just talking about them niggas. Shout out to Science and Kirk.
Don't shout them out.
If you have a phone, you have a lawyer.
They'll take something that can be settled, and then you don't get a very big settlement for that. But I won't mention them because I don't want to be subject to another bullshit law action. But it's gotten out of hand.
Right. Well, let me ask you this question. If he would have sold the T-shirts depicting his family as Planet of the Apes and made a profit, would that make the case stronger?
No. This nigga ain't rolling the blunt, yo.
Yeah, that's something that
especially in that old man kind of way, because he keeps stopping. That's why I keep. I don't know. Shit. Why you keep calling me?
Man, this is my third one. I'm trying to burn this.
You want some barbecue sauce or not? The fuck you keep calling here for?
It wouldn't. It's like, okay, how often do we have political cartoons in the middle of the editorial section of the newspaper where they depict a political, social, media, sports character negatively?
But none of them are children still in high school that had nothing to do with this. That never happens. That's never happened in the newspaper ever.
He's saying he got a case to stand on, son.
Or depict somebody as a snake or a lizard or a vulture or something like that. I mean,
right, for public figures, sure.
Just because you put somebody out is looking like something out of a chimp out of Planet of the Apes, well, that's not saying that it would not be astute commentary on what's going on. So, again, I have a sneaking suspicion.
That's just like my kids are not underage, but my grandkids are, and somebody trying to find a picture of them and then depicting them in a, inappropriate manner. Now, inappropriate meaning, let's say Planet of the Apes, but if it's inappropriate, something sexual, then that's something totally different in the court of law. Correct?
Not really. No, it's not. It depends on what it is. Like right now, it used to be a grievous insult to call somebody a homosexual. Okay. If the person really were
I'm not talking about a minor.
No, I'm. It doesn't make any difference, minor or adult. This is from the New York State Supreme Court. If somebody was called a homosexual and it was not true, that was a grievous insult subject to civil damages. But in New York, they ruled that there's nothing insulting about being called a homosexual, so it's not actionable. You can't sue anybody for calling you a homosexual, even if you happen to be a normal person. And you say, I'm grievously offended and I want to bust him right in his jaw for calling me that. So, you know, it depends on where you happen to be and what kind of silly season is in effect at that time.
Right. You know, he filed that. So Judge Joe Brown is not taking all this into account. I'm telling you, he's trying to get high. This lady called him, offered him $1,000
and a couple of bottles of barbecue sauce.
Right. No, he tried to sell some barbecue sauce. She was like, no, but I got, if you do this interview, he was like, all right, I
get a case.
Yeah, whatever.
You cannot, and this has nothing to do with the Anton Daniels, Corey Holcomb lawsuit. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just giving a different example here. You cannot take a picture of a minor and put that picture of a minor in any type of sexual position.
Well, if you know, what about this kid?
Let me just finish it. Because you have a lot of people who are putting, you know, that minor porn on these websites, which is against the law. Is that the same as, is that different? You cannot take a minor and depict them in any type of sex.
The answer is it depends. Now, remember a few years back when they had this 12, 13-year-old little freak who was going around being a tranny and performing on stage in New York and all.
I love Joe Brown. Whether or not I agree with him what he's saying or not.
Raw. I'm giving it to you raw. This little freak.
They called it transmission.
A little one.
I don't think you can say that, Dr. Judge, what is this nigga? Reverend Brown?
You remember that? Now, what happens if somebody made an editorial comment about that particular...
This thing used to have hair? He used to have a little afro, remember? That was a long time ago. If you remember, put in the comments if you remember Judge Joe Brown when he had a little bit of hair, a little tiny baby, little afro, little Eddie Murphy.
The child doing what is in fact something that is a reality that the child and I guess a parent or something brags about, that he's a little, what is it, what do they call them when they do that kind of stuff? Drag queen.
Oh, drag queen, yes.
Yeah, so he's been a little drag queen, so supposedly you put out a cartoon implicating him for being a drag queen. You see what I'm saying? Truth in a defamation action is always an absolute defense. And what goes on...
There's no truth. The little girl ain't do nothing like that. She was just standing there. All he had is a picture of her.
And Corey said that she's going to end up buying.
Right. He put that label on her with no real... I don't know. Judge Joe Brown, this is the reason he not currently judging.
No, it ain't because he retired. Don't you
gotta retire with your brain going away.
Shout out to Judge Joe Brown.
I love Joe Brown.
And his barbecue sauce.
And his barbecue. Man, I'm about to order a jar of that shit right now.
What?
Is, well, let's say in this case, let's suppose that when somebody saw an actual picture of the children, somebody started laughing. They ain't gonna lie, but they do kind of look like they could play in the Planet of the Apes, you know. I mean, it may be. I hate to say it, but there are ugly children, you know. Red Fox used to say, follow an ugly kid home, you find some ugly parents, you know.
And you know what? So I get what you're saying, because it's not cut and dry, because first of all, this is social media. You are a public figure, you know, if you're a content creator such as myself. And the guy, Corey Holcomb, he's a comedian. So he was making a joke about somebody's family
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes. So that all plays a factor to where, okay, this lawsuit is not going to go anywhere because you have a comedian making fun of a whole family. It was nothing sexual. It was nothing.
Yeah, he probably rolled a bunch of them. That's an old man's move.
Right. Just keep them in the front pocket.
Right. I'm gonna roll all these up right here. When I'm done with this ounce, this video is over. This interview is dead.
You know, provocative. I'm talking about in the worst kind, depicting a minor. It was none of that. Making a joke of a family, painting them as Planet of the Apes. So
yeah, I mean, oh, they offended a child. Oh my God. Yeah, but look what you do raising your child. They let them get all out of hand. They're growing up to be little monsters who are out of control. Who is doing the disfavor to the children? You, who's promoting this dysfunctionality. Or
that's not the case with Anton's daughter. That's not what he just.
He just giving examples.
He's giving generalities.
And that's what she's doing.
Just like the people with the hood proms, which we're going to do again tomorrow, man.
Good.
Somebody that's talking about them. See,
but I will say this: the minor daughter here, you know, she's 17, but still a minor. She is nowhere, never have been in the public eye. So,
well, yeah, it happens.
She's a
but
private.
You know, families have always suffered for what somebody else in the family has done.
Just Joe don't give
so.
a fuck. He don't give a fuck, yo. You better hope they get no judge like Judge Bill Brown, yo. Anton ain't gonna get a damn thing.
Nope.
He said, "Yeah, so what? It happens." Crazy.
The
yeah, and see, also considering the individuals in question, is this for real or is it another PR stunt to ramp up ratings and social media income?
I always say that.
So you can look at it that way.
Now, let me ask you this one last question. Because this is filed in Los Angeles, and I'm sorry, California,
Lord.
y'all have the lawyers out there know how to get that money. So does that play a factor in these type of lawsuits because it's Los Angeles?
It is so crowded out there that the lawyers have to subscribe to what used to be a pager service, and they got a 48-hour notice that they would be put on a 2-hour notice. You couldn't tell when it would occur, and you had to pay attention to your pager so you could show up in court in 2 hours flat with your client. So you had to make sure that your client and your witnesses, which was just about impossible, were going to be there on 2 hours notice after you gave them a 2-day notice, no telling when this was going to occur. And the other thing, in Los Angeles, you have this problem. The California is so flat broke busted that they cannot afford to pay but 3 days worth of court operations a week. So the judges donated a good chunk of their salaries back so the courts can stay open 4 days a week in civil court.
So maybe it was a strategic move with them filing in California. I don't know, you guys. Let me know what you think.
Real quick, you want to do the Gilly Osino?
No, I got to stop.
All right, cool. And